Tom Green is one of the funniest actors ever. I was just looking at IMDb. And I didn't even have time to watch more than Road Trip because there's Freddy Got Fingered. I got to see those highlights. Tom Green is one of the funniest actors ever. And I just got to find Tom Green. And so that's how happy I get to be about Tom Green as well. Because Tom Green's just right next to Chris Farley on my movie shelf. Before you know it, with his Blu-ray collection building up. To me, what Tom Green epitomizes as an actor is something sort of like Alex Serkouskis when I was younger. You know, to me, Alex Serkouskis is actually really cool. And Jamie was around. It was Alex, me, and Jamie always hanging out, you know. The three fros is what we would say are my classmates on the playground at RCC. You know, because Alex had glasses and everything, and it's not like he was, you know, great at school or sports or anything like that. But, you know, he played a bunch of rap music with me, you know, because rap music's new at the time. And as I went in life, I picked up a guitar because the indie rock music that's out there, it's so saturated and colorful. You know, you can't even miss it. That being said, I just found some metal for myself. It's too funny. All I was doing was listening to Pink Floyd, really, wasn't I? Like The Wall. Or, you know, folk, you know, Bon Iver. Sadder music. Longer periods, you know. Folk music is actually so tranquil. If you're in some sort of lull in life, playing the acoustic. And then all this rock music just came out of me. Even thrash. The psychedelic songwriting. What Tom Green means to me, he's sort of the epitome of what it means to be a white person who's, you know, told that he's uncool early in life. To me, probably by black people. And you know what? I didn't get to see any metal on the TV. All I got to see was, you know, the rap and the pop mostly. With some rock sprinkled in. So me finding Tom Green now means a lot in my life. You know, and I see him now on Instagram, and he's walking to his chicken coop with his, you know, leather tassel jacket on a comedy tour and a cowboy hat, you know. Sunny side up. Don't you see me play my guitar sunny side up? That's because I do. Now, what I experienced from black culture is serious hatred at this time in my life, along with women in the record industry. And how did I get to find Tom Green now in my life? When it's these blacks and it's these women that are actually coming after me as a rock great. So it's the funniest thing. You know, I got to find Tom Green because of my comedy in life. Because we're just such serial killers to anything that's not even true, aren't we? Because when somebody says, you know, you can't be it, they swipe your legs from you, or they try to. But what if it's Tom Green or me? You know what I mean? Because our eggs are sunny side up. You know, as a metaphor. Or not. Because I'm hitting this bike lately. And I was doing some egg whites. And some spinach. To me, Tom Green is the craziest actor because he's around Tupac Shakur, who's probably the most hateful artist I've ever seen in my life. Because he brought it to death threats and smoked, Biggie Smalls to people. How do you smoke Biggie Smalls? I never got it. And there's this commotion, Chance the Rapper's rapping about, I like Tupac because he shot 2 cops. I'm not even with it. So I get to make this podcast here about Tom Green instead. Because I don't understand black people anymore. Or women like Lorde. Lorde's imprint, it's the worst I've ever seen. So I get to make this podcast about Tom Green. Earlier I had Lindsay Lohan, so we can be in something again. And I'm not really sure how long the record industry is going to spit out this black culture, like Tom Green never existed for me. And I mean for me, like Chris Farley. However, Tom Green's sarcastic and laid back. And nerdy as a white man. So how come, why you get to see all this Tupac Shakur? Because he's just that mean. And Madonna wanted to, screw him. Right? It's because Madonna wanted to screw him. Right? That's why I don't give a about any of them. Because they ruin our culture. Madonna, Tupac. So go and watch these Tom Green movies and be in the real life with me. Like a shotgun named Marcus. That's the name of that song, right? A shotgun named Marcus. And that's my favorite metal album. I can't believe he's got a new record for me, too. Isn't that nuts? He's got a new record for me. So Tom Green's like Tupac for me. Because he's just that mean. And so I'm not really sure how long we're going to have to be in this thing with the record industry. But I'm really trying to get my music out there, you know? Because, you know, whatever, you know, Lil Wayne, our Lord, continued, you know, at a certain point, I think people just, you know, pull the rug on him. You know that as well. Because of how much fun you and Tom Green have on screen when you get to see him. You get to see Tom Green have on screen. Because to tell you the truth, you know, the metal music feeds your soul. And there's a big problem going on. And the problem is, you know, black culture. Because the women take over and all the white men are killing themselves. And I know the suicide rate. Because women are that evil. When blacks are that evil. And Tom Green is one of the greatest actors ever. For comedy especially. You know, I like him so styled for myself in the 21st century. So maybe he is like, you know, great. And I think Tom Green's eyes really tell this story. You know, he was told he was such a nerd in life that he really got to be Tom Green. And I know that when I see him on screen because he's that crazy sarcastic. And so as I put out this rock music as a rock great, you know, I experienced way too much hate in the world. That, you know, I gotta go. And get my philosophy degree. So maybe you can watch Road Trip. And play that first metal album. From Clutch. So we can be in life again. Because damn it, you know, I'm from northern Wisconsin. I felt pretty cool growing up. And I don't know what's wrong with Kendrick Lamar, man. Or the NFL, to tell you the truth. What are they doing trying to say something to me about being cool as the NFL? You know, I didn't know. And I gotta go. Because I'm not some crook or some gangster. And I don't know why Lord got a record deal because of Tom Green existing at all. Because he's already so bullied by these Tupac guys out there. That his eyes look like that on camera. And he's that funny in real life. And that's what living is. Sunny side up. But Tom Green's one of my favorite actors ever. I can't believe I gotta find him now. He's got a whole comedy tour, you know, and he's doing movies whenever. Tom Green.